Wolfpack, hey FISD, hey parents and teachers and kids. I just wanted to make you guys a very quick video about Mackinvia. Now, Mackinvia we usually use for research, but what I'm going to focus on today is Mackinvia and the eBooks and the audiobooks that we have available right now. So if you guys, as you guys can see on my screen right now, I've got the Wolfpack library up. If again, we go to that using the library from home and go to reading from home, you can actually scroll down. And it might actually do it for me. It's been doing that lately. As I go down, you're going to see Mackinvia up. Now, your kids, I will be honest with you, if you're a Wolfpack member, your kids know how to do Mackinvia up one side and down the other because of research. But again, we haven't really focused on the other side of it. So this is what it looks like. It's and you can get there through mackinvia.com. I'm going to go ahead and flip screens because that's where I'm at right now. Now, unlike Sora, where it's all FISD, each school has their own special page for this. So you'll notice that if you have to fill this in, actually go and do Trent Middle School. You'll notice that maybe as you start typing in Trent, you have many options. Just make sure you do the one in Frisco. Now, your student's username is their 6-digit ID number. Teachers, yours is the front part of your email. And then your password, students, it's your birthday, the month, day, year. And then teachers, it's your password to all your other accounts. And so that's what I'm going to do real quick and get us in. Now, when you get here, again, you guys are going to recognize this. This is old news, but when we always go to databases on here on the left, where we go to databases 9 times out of 10, I'm going to start with eBooks. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with audiobooks today. Now, everything on here is specific to the school that it's in. So these audiobooks are only for Trent students. You guys can check them out. You can look through them. There's some really good ones. A lot of these are connected to the books that we have in our library, but really good audiobooks are always really fun to look at and listen to. They can kind of help students kind of keep track of what they're reading. I tried to go through all of this. We got these back in the day, back when we first opened, and got all kinds of stuff on here. You will notice there's not a ton of newer stuff on here. It's a lot of our older books, but I will tell you guys, older does not mean worse. These are some awesome books on here. So if you want to look through here, and when you click on one, let's say I want to click on Crest, I will be honest, this is one of my favorite Cinder books. In fact, it is my favorite because I love Captain Phillips from it. Right here, you can actually go to check out, and it will check it out for you. It'll be in your name. So whenever you come on to Mackinvia, it will always be in what we call our backpack. Okay. So you can actually go to checkouts and you can be there. You can listen to now without having to check it out also. And if you've actually done, and I'm going to show this to you a little bit later in the ebooks, but if you've made notes or if you've highlighted anything, and this is more ebooks, it'll actually show you what you've already done. So that's kind of cool too. But this is one way that you guys can get some audiobooks. Again, these are only for Trent students. Therefore, I have a little over 200 of them on here instead of waiting for everyone else in and Frisco ISD. We've got 900 versus working towards 63,000. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely come here. But the other part I want to show you is this ebook system. Mackinvia, we're so grateful to Mackinvia. They have actually opened over almost 2,000 books in here to help us with our just letting these kind of be free for us until the end of 2020, as a way to help you guys with getting books in y'all's hands. Again, these are Trent Middle School books, but I can guarantee you a lot of y'all's librarians have added them if you're looking at this from FISD. But this is a great way to do. You just kind of have to look. I personally like looking at it this way. You'll notice at the top it's got this where you can actually do the toggle list versus that. I like the tile view, just because I can see more at one time and I'm not constantly, I'm scrolling, but I'm not having to scroll as much. Now, when they open these, they said, okay, these are classics. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, some of them are classics and some of them aren't. Some of them are things that you just want to read. I know my daughter was really excited about reading Because of Winn-Dixie, and I believe Because of Winn-Dixie is on here. Or it was at one point, okay? So yeah, I'm still in the A's, sorry. So that's kind of what that is about. But you guys see, I mean, there's so many great things in here. One of my favorites, Anne of Green Gables, is always a good one. Okay. It's one of my favorites. But I'm just kind of going through here and giving you guys an idea and letting you see what we've got. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm actually just looking for Because of Winn-Dixie. There it is. Okay. So if I open this now, it will actually pull up the book for me. It's not a book. You'll notice that right here, I can actually click over here and hit read online. And there it is. Now, as I'm going, I can actually make notes. I can, if I want to highlight, if this is something I need to highlight, I can actually highlight it and say, I want it to be that color, or I can change the background color. Sorry. I can actually, I can change text fonts if I want to. Here, let's go back to normal on that one. So I guess it's the other one. So if I do this, I'm sorry. Guys, I sometimes I'm learning at the same time I'm teaching. You can change color of font. You can add notes if you want to. And so if you want to annotate on this, you can bookmark things and it will come back to you, because technically you didn't check this book out because that's not available to us right now. Like if I click on the information, you'll notice that the checkouts, there's checkouts not even there. It's more that everybody can read it. So like anybody can read this all at the same time. So something else I want to show you real quick, because I was showing you just looking through it, but let's say that I want a little bit of Mark Twain. Okay. And instead of searching and searching and searching, I can actually type in his name and let's see if anything pops up, and it'll show me everything that I have that's by Mark Twain. Okay. You'll notice Adventures of Tom Sawyer. You'll notice Prince and the Pauper. So if I wanted to do, let's say Adventures of Tom Sawyer, again, you'll notice check out it. You can check it out, but I believe everyone can get it. It's one of those multi-user situations going. And as it pulls up, you'll notice that, and then I can go here and actually move that back over. Now, this is a little bit harder for me. Let's see if I can fix this. It looks like this is just the way it is. Let's see if I can. Sometimes these books, let me see if I can go back to menu real quick. I might be able to do like book information. I can do a little bit. I can do my notebook. I can close the book, table of contents, citations. If I needed to, if I was maybe working on a paper, I could actually pull it from there, and then I could. It'll have my citation for me. You'll also notice that the side book, it's actually the book on the left-hand side. So we're not reading both sides. We're only reading the one side, and it's talking through it. Okay. So just something to kind of look at if you're interested in looking at any of these books. I know parents, we always want our kids to read some classics. It's a really good one to use. But again, if I wanted to make notes, if I wanted to take this real quick, see if I can, if it'll let me make a note here. Okay. If I go back and I go to notebook, I can actually go, if I wanted to go in there, I could do that. It's not letting me see it on this screen just because, and I think some of it has to do with the fact that I'm trying to video, but you could definitely do that. Oh, there we go. See, I can do that. I bet if I go over here. Okay. So that's kind of how you guys can do that. We can go back over here and I can see it here if I wanted to see it there, but just a way for you guys to get some really good stuff going. You can return it. And what I can also do is I can just open it straight away and not check it out at all. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to check it out to read it. You can just look at it. I will tell you guys that on this, I actually downloaded, I'm going to go back to eBooks, all of the middle school, elementary, and high school, just because a lot of our classics kind of go through all of them. And so I wanted to make sure you guys had the ability to kind of look at all of this, and for all ages if you want that. So if you have any questions, again, always shoot me an email at lastlyh@friscoisd.org. Tomorrow, since tomorrow's Friday, I'm going to talk books. I'm going to talk to you guys about all the stuff I've been reading, things that I would suggest, authors I would suggest, a little bit of old, a little bit of new, and I will see you tomorrow.